be healthier. How the three main takeaways from be healthier, how you can do that is eat healthier, sleep better, and prioritize rehab time. And the timing that you should do your rehab is also important. You've got to eat healthy. If you're not eating healthy, you can't expect your body to give 100%. You can't expect that when you jump, it's going to be like, think about it like this. If your body is the best that it can be when it comes to doing a trick, that way you can just write that off. You can be like, well, I know my body's the best it can be. That's not the issue, so it's a tech issue. When it's not a strength issue, it's so much easier to fix tricks. You don't have the question, do I have the physical ability to do it? It's the tech. You got to do it right. It makes it so much easier to break down tricks because you know it's not your body. Get on that body train. Also, don't be afraid to take sleep aids. I sometimes will be at a session until midnight, and I'll have worked at 6 in the morning, so I'll be up, for like 18, 20 hours, and I only get 5 hours of sleep because I have to work at 6 a.m. the next day, and that's terrible. But by taking the sleep aid or like half a sleep aid, I can guarantee that those 5 hours are gonna be good sleep. I don't want to risk that being bad sleep because it's all I get. And I'm slowly changing my schedule so that I don't have to worry about that as much. But I'm still probably going to be taking the sleep aid just to guarantee that I'm getting good sleep. Your sleeping time is the only time your body can create growth hormones. And as you get older, you need those. You need that time. You're getting injured all the time in small ways, even if you don't notice it. You need to sleep. It's so important. So you need good quality sleep. And I'm going to talk about another way you can get good quality sleep in a second. I'm just about to go to bed, but before I do, I wanted to hit that last point of the be healthier. I am I just foam rolled, and I'm stretching right before I go to bed. That helps me sleep a lot better. I think it has something to do with like the first section of your sleep is actually your body relaxing and getting your muscles relaxed before you can fall asleep. So if you can do that before you go to bed, it like speeds up your sleep cycle so you get deeper sleep sooner and longer. And then also when you're foam rolling, don't skimp on foam rollers. I've got 2 of them. Here they are. We got the big spiky one for knots in small places, and then we got the vibrating foam roller that's best for large sore muscles. But I hit every spot with both, and focus on where it needs to be focused on. I'm also stretching right now, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So that the last couple of nights I slept like 6 hours, but I woke up and I felt like I got 10 hours of sleep just because from doing this. I've been doing it for a couple days now, and it's made a huge difference. So I'm gonna make sure I keep doing it. All right, it is the morning after a killer session. Now that I'm up, I'm going to do some crazy rehab and just kind of see where I'm at because I really want to session hard tomorrow. Of course, we're on grass, so it is what it is if I can't go hard. And I've got a trampoline, so I might just do that. I'm probably going to tramp today a little and then definitely tomorrow a little. But first things first, I got to rehab really well. By standing up immediately, I can tell what's wrong with my body. You need to get to that point if you want rehab to be as effective for you. Things that I can feel in my body, for some reason, my right knee is kind of sore, but especially my right ankle. We trained really hard on grass. We were doing like battle type stuff, and since we were battling, they were making me do a bunch of right ankle stuff because they know I'm not very good at it. But I was doing it anyway, and so my right ankle is effed, and I think the swelling in my right ankle is so bad that it's just affecting my knee. And then my left ankle is also really tight because when I battle, my best aspect is swings, so I was using that a lot, and then I just gotta focus on ankles a lot. The more ankle flexibility I have, the better. So of course I'm gonna do that. My low back is super tight. I actually got the massage gun to my back a lot before I went to bed yesterday, so my back actually feels really good besides my low back. So to do my low back, I need to stretch my butt and my hamstrings out, and then I'm just gonna foam roll my legs, and like the entirety of my legs, just because I think that's gonna help everything lower body. Other than that, I think it's just going to come down to optimizing the rest time and how to optimize your rest time. So that's the other thing is I'm doing my rehab right away in the morning. If you wake up late and then just kind of drudge around all day, eat late, play video games because you're sore, and then before you go to bed, you do minimal rehab, then how are you going to trick on Sunday? If you do it right away in the morning, today's Saturday, if I do it right away in the morning on Saturday, I'm going to have all day to feel good. And if you do, basically, I'm spiking my rehab now, sparking my healing process now so that I have the entire day to be healing versus it's like not getting better if you don't start the rehab. So you got to do the rehab now, and then the rest of the day should help you, and then tomorrow I should be fresh. That's the goal. I'll chime back in when I'm stretching. All right, I just finished my warm-up. Running on an elliptical, I suggest is probably the best type of rehab. Like, other than actual running or working out, because you're gliding and there's no heavy impact. Tricking is super heavy impact. Other sports are heavy impact, and this helps you move, helps you get your heart rate up, helps you do cardio, which is super good for rehab, getting your heart rate going, getting your blood flowing, speeding up the healing process, without the heavy impact, without the damaging of the joints, which is what you're doing during tricking. So you don't want to overdo that. You want to only do as minimal as you can. And so the elliptical helps with that. I'm going to go through some mobility movements, like dynamic stretching, basically before I take a hot bath. After I take a hot bath, I'm going to stretch, foam roll. After that, I'm going to ice my ankles. I'm going to have a really good, awesome meal. The exercises you do after your warm-up should consist of things that you do before a session. You should be essentially warming up your body for a session. Be super warm, super loose. Get your body to as high of a percentage as close to 100% as you can, as if you were going to trick. Obviously, you're sore, so it's not going to feel great, like you normally would, but get as close as you can to your peak ability before you trick. Like I did a little bit of jogging with loose ankles because I gotta get that. The impact does help my ankle get loosened up. I did some kicks. I did some calf raises and other things, butt kicks, high knees, skipping, stuff like that. And then once I felt good, took a hot bath. Make sure that the bath is hot, like uncomfortably hot. You don't want it to be like comfortable. You want it to be uncomfortably hot because you want to raise your heart rate, raise your temperature. Otherwise, because like you're naked in the bath, and if you have clothes on, out of the water, that's your comfortable temperature. So when you take your clothes off and go in the water, you're going to be colder without clothes. So you're going to be at a comfortable temperature. You want the water hotter than it would be if you were wearing even warm clothes, because you're trying to raise your heart rate, you're trying to get your blood circulating better. It gets out clogs, gets out everything, just makes you healthy. So now it's time to foam roll and stretch. I'm going to foam roll first and then stretch because I want to be as loose as I can for when I stretch, because I am not tricking today. I will be doing a tram sesh later today, but it's going to be in like probably 6 hours or so. So I'm going to do as deep of a stretch as I can in order to optimize healing and to prevent injuries and all of that stuff. You don't want to do the deepest stretches right before tricking. I have a 6-hour window to recover after the stretching, because what happens is you're going to lengthen your ligaments. I mean, they don't actually lengthen, but you're going to be looser, and when you go to contract your muscles in a jump, you go to flex your calves and you try to jump, and you jump through your quads and you just got done doing the splits. You're not going to be able to jump as high because you're going to be looser. They need some tension in order to get the maximum height. So by overstretching right before a session, you're actually going to be hurting your performance more than helping it. Plus, you have a higher chance of hyperextending because you're going to be loose and in the motions. But you want to stretch significantly well outside the window of tricking, because when you do fall and hyperextend something, it's going to be significantly less damaging, and your kicks are going to look better, and you can do tricks into the splits, all sorts of different reasons that you want to be flexible. And now it's time for a delicious breakfast. What do we got today? Eggs. We're having eggs. Okay, so eggs, super good protein, I really like having it as like a breakfast choice. And then for lunch and dinner, I usually have rice and fish and tons of veggies. Pretty much it. And then also, another really cool health tip, milk actually hydrates you better and longer than water does. Not to mention, it's got a ton of nutrients in it that your body needs for healing and other things. And it's got calcium, obviously, for your bones, all sorts of stuff. Much better than water, so I make sure to have as much milk as I can. If you're lactose intolerant, there is lactose-free milk that has the exact same healthy properties or similar properties as regular milk, so make sure you check that out too. Final part of the video, I just want to follow up. I want to say I just started my Sunday morning with a run. I ended up doing a mile run because my right ankle just wasn't getting past 90 degrees, which is really bad. But the jogging that I did yesterday, I noticed that actually really helped. After I did the elliptical, I did those jogs. So doing that mile run really loosened up my ankle. Then I iced it, and then I put on a bandage, basically, super tight. And then I went out and did some pool. We were putting up our pool, so I was outside doing that with the bandage on, and my ankle feels a lot better. I'm definitely going to be able to trick today on the grass, which is exciting. I'm hoping I can do hyperhook stuff, but we'll see. But basically, my muscles, my joints feel great, besides, like, obviously my ankle, which always bugs me. So doing this stuff yesterday definitely helped. I feel really good today. And yeah, I hope this guy gives you guys some ideas of how to stay healthy, and hopefully this boosts your guys' rehab and performance overall. If you guys have any questions about maybe what you do, you can go ahead and ask me, comment suggestions for next week's video, obviously, like every week. And if you've got any questions that you need answered right away, just DM me on Instagram at crispytricks.